Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the Hindu editorial page of 27th November 2024. Today's session has an important value because it is based on global reports, ideologies, surveys, and most importantly, economic inequalities in India. So let's talk about and understand. World Inequality Lab Report. It is a report released by World Inequality Lab at the Paris School of Economics that provides estimates of global income and wealth inequality based on the most recent findings compiled by the World Inequality Database. In March 2024, the WIL published a study on inequality in India that found that the country is more unequal than it was during British rule. The study found that the top 1% of the population holds 40.1% of the country's wealth, and that the top 10% of the population holds 58% of the country's income. Oxfam International. Oxfam is a global movement of people who are fighting injustice for a more equal world. They are working across regions in 79 countries. The name Oxfam comes from the Oxford Committee for Famine Relief, founded in Britain in 1942. Oxfam, India's survival of riches. The India supplement reveals some stark findings proving that the gap between the rich and the poor is indeed widening. Liberalism, secularism, and socialism. Liberalism is a political and economic philosophy that emphasizes individual freedom, equality, and the protection of individual rights. It is associated with the ideas of English philosopher John Locke and Scottish economist Adam Smith. Secularism. Secularism is a philosophy that promotes the idea of equal treatment for all religions and the freedom to practice one's religion without discrimination. It also means that the government does not favor any one religion or make laws based on religion. In India, the principle of secularism was adopted in 1976 through the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. Socialism. Socialism is an economic and political system in which the community collectively owns and controls the means of production and wealth. It was originated in the early 19th century as a response to the inequalities and injustice of capitalist societies. The word socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 during the emergency. Karl Marx is considered as the father of modern socialism. Directive principles of state policy. These are guidelines in the Indian Constitution for governing India that are found in Part 4 of the Constitution. They aim to establish a welfare state, promote social and economic democracy, and ensure social justice and equality for all citizens. DPSPs are non-justiciable. It means they cannot be enforced by courts. Neoliberalism. Neoliberalism is a political and economic philosophy used to refer to market-oriented reform policies such as eliminating price controls, deregulating capital markets, lowering trade barriers, and reducing state influence, especially through privatization and austerity in the economy. Welfare state. A welfare state is a government that protects and promotes the economic and social well-being of its citizens. It is based on the principles of equal opportunity, equitable distribution of wealth, and public responsibility for those who cannot provide themselves. Periodic Labor Force Survey. Periodic Labor Force Survey, introduced by the National Statistical Office of India in 2017, is a large-scale survey aimed to gathering data on employment, unemployment, and labor force participation in the country. Here we conclude this session. Let me meet again with the informative video.